start the recording, brothers. So if you're not recording, I mean, if you're not reminding me to record, we might not record it, and you might not have this session in case in the future, if you're going for the interviews, you wanted to review something, you wanted to listen to the class again, it will be gone. So I would highly recommend that you remind me. So let me share the screen with you. Thank you, guys. Let me know you're able to see the screen, and then, as always, we will get started with the recap. Okay. So please quickly tell me what is that we have discussed yesterday. One by one, unmute yourself. Anybody can unmute themselves and talk about it. Yesterday, first thing what we have discussed, again, it's very important you come out with the points.
RFP. Request for proposal.
Wonderful. Okay, we have discussed about for bidding the project. In the bidding the project, the first thing is the RFP. Okay, which is the request for proposal. So for this request for proposal, what the companies, IT companies will do, Infosys, Wipro, what they will do as a response for these RFPs.
Is it kick off the meeting?
Sorry.
Is it like after the RFPs are done, like accepting the proposal, then the next step is to kick off the meeting, to start the meeting? Like they send an email?
Yes, that is there, but there are few things, which we are missing in this. So the main company.
Proposal by company.
Okay, yesterday we were discussing about the brainwave. So they want to get the work done. So they give a request for proposal. Then companies like Infosys
Prepare for quotation.
Proposal. They give the
proposal by company.
Yeah.
How many mandates they require?
Estimation. Okay.
Company will go through the RFPs and send their proposal, and they'll even send the cost also.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, superb. Okay, so things like estimations.
One mandate is equal to.
Yeah, please.
How many mandates and how much?
Yes.
What is the amount that have been done for the particular resource? They will be sending it forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so basically we call it as estimations. Okay, so we will give the companies like Infosys, not just one company, multiple companies will give their proposals. In the proposals, there are so many things like how they want to handle the project. Okay, what is there in the scope, what they think that is out of scope, and finally the most important thing is the estimations, which includes the number of mandates and what is the cost of their each mandate, and if there are any tools that are involved, and the costing for the tool that is also involved, that is also put in the proposal. Yesterday I've shown you some proposals, sample proposals as to how it is. Okay, then once the proposal is done, finally there is a sign off, right? So it's a formal agreement. Okay, agreement is done between both the companies or both the parties. Okay, now once this is done, so finally the kickoff meeting starts, which usually happens in the vendor company.
Everyone please mute yourself, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody mute yourself. Somebody is doing, help for me. I mean, requesting me on my behalf. Again, guys, these sessions are getting recorded and you need it for further reference. Please mute yourself. Okay. Otherwise, you're forcing me to mute all of you. Okay. That is the only option I have. Let me see how to mute yourself. Okay. I'm muting all of you, but anybody wants to unmute yourself, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and speak. But now I'm muting. So just because there's so much of background noise. Okay. Usually the kickoff meeting happens in the vendor company. Okay. So basically what happens, okay, all the important people on the vendor companies will get together and then they will figure out who is the project manager and all that. Okay. So discuss about the project. Okay, and finally figure out the PM. So main people of the vendor company will get together and discuss about the project, and then figure out the PM or figure out the important people which are there for that project. Okay, now after this kickoff meeting, what happens, brother? Anybody? Wonderful. A pin. Okay, pin. What is pin, guys? What is pin?
Project invitation note.
Project invitation note.
Okay, project what? Project?
Initiation
note.
Okay, initiation.
Note.
By the way, do you know what is initiate? Initiate.
To start.
Start,
start.
right?
Start.
Begin.
Wonderful. So you're sending a note saying that you're starting the project. Does it make sense? Okay, you're sending a note saying that the project is getting initiated or the project is getting started. Whom are we sending this note or email? Note as in the software companies, it's all about email. It's always email. So whom we are sending this email saying that the project is getting started? Shirin Khan, wonderful.
Project manager.
Okay.
Project manager.
Who is sending it? First of all, who is sending it?
Project manager.
Project manager.
Wonderful.
Project manager to the client.
Wonderful. It is project manager sends this note or email, okay, to two people. One is to the client, okay. Client means the whoever is the representative of the client, and then the team.
And the
When I-
team.
Okay, when I said the team, whoever is the team who will be implementing this project. Okay, so there are a lot of people are there.
Developers and testers.
Developers. Once we discuss about SDLC, okay, we would know all the people involved in the team. Okay, it's not just the developers. Okay, it's the business analyst, business system analyst, engagement managers. Okay, developers, architects, dev lead, test manager, program manager, testers. There's so many people involved, which we will understand what are the role of each member. We'll understand as we are going through the SDLC. Okay, so once the pin is done, like next is software SDLC. What is SDLC, guys?
Software
Software
development
development
life
life
cycle.
cycle.
Development life cycle.
Okay, so why they have put it in a form of a life cycle? Because you understand the things easily, and so that you also understand after which stage what will happen. So just to understand easily, people have whoever have figured out the life cycle, he put everything in the form of a life cycle so that it becomes easy. Okay, by the way, a lot of people from London are calling me. So how many of them in the call right now are from UK or Europe? You can just put it in the messenger like 111, okay, or me. So it's like too many calls from London especially. +44 is London, right? Country code.
Yes.
Country code for, so United. Yeah, how many of them are from UK in the class right now? Just in the comments section, you can just put one. Just trying to understand. So many people are pinging me, just trying to understand how many are actually joining. So that's what I was thinking. Anyways, okay, software development lifecycle. Okay, I know there are 6 stages. What is the first stage?
Requirement phase.
Requirement phase.
Okay, so requirement phase. Okay,
Next analysis.
okay.
Analysis phase.
No, next is analysis. We'll talk to that. We'll come to that. First, we'll work on the analysis phase, which we also call it as an initial phase because it is happening at the first. Okay, can somebody remember who are the people involved in the requirement phase? Which two people? I'll give BA. Okay,
Business analyst and the engagement manager.
wonderful.
Engagement manager.
Okay, so EM means engagement manager, BA means business analyst. Okay, when you go to the companies, people are calling somebody as BA. Don't get overwhelmed. BA is nothing but he or she is a business management, business analyst. Or somebody is calling this guy is an EM, then don't get overwhelmed again. He is just an engagement manager. Okay, so what is the business analyst will do?
We will analyze the manpower
Gather the
or
information of the
Gathering the
requirement.
templates.
Wonderful.
BA takes the
Gather the information of the requirement.
Gathering the template.
Okay, collect.
business gathering template.
Yeah, they will take the template along with him.
Wonderful. Okay, he'll collect or gather the requirements. Okay, who will give the requirement?
client.
Client.
Will give the
Client.
So let's say Shirin Khan is our business analyst. I think that's what it was. So we remember. So she just goes to the client place just like that, or she will carry something to be on the safe side. Just that she might forget something. To gather all the requirements, just to be on the safe side. Does she carry something with her?
Yes.
What is it?
BGT, business gathering template.
Gathering template.
Wonderful. Just that, yesterday I've shown you some templates as well. Okay. Template is, everything will be, all the questions will be there. She will just go and start asking the questions and fill up that template. Okay. So that's what it is. Wonderful. Now, what is the role of this engagement manager? What this person simply taking the salary, or he has some work as well? Any idea, guys? Okay, so I'll tell you. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Somebody was speaking. Okay, fine. Let me say. Okay, so in the RFPs, everything, all the requirement was put together, and when the Infosys or whoever the company, they have given the proposal based on the scope items over here, they will create the proposal. But by the time the project has started, by the time the actual requirement phase has started, it could have been 1 month or whatever the time in between. By the time RFP is sent and then different people send the proposal, one guy has been finalisted, kickoff meeting and all that, it takes some time. So within this one time, there could be some change in the scope, or there could be some extra requirements. Okay, so the engagement manager will analyze the requirements and see if there is any extra requirements. Okay, requirements are there. If so, whatever the additional cost for that, he will say that, boss, when you gave the RFP, this is what you told us, this is what the work is. But now, when the actual work has started, and once we started collecting all the requirements very carefully, we did understood that there is more work than anticipated. Now these are the extra requirements for this is the additional cost. Okay, and sometimes there will be some confusing requirements will be there. Okay, yesterday I've told you about this, a small example as well. Requirements will be little confusing, cannot be understood 100%. So what happens is, for this, if it's a confusing requirement, what will the EM ask the developers or the architect or dev lead, dev manager to do? Wonderful, Divya. Wonderful. What you said is absolutely right. Again, I'm repeating. I'm asking the question again. I want to hear from others. Divya has answered, I know, but I want to hear from others as well. Okay. If there is a confusing requirement, EM, engagement manager, will go to the dev manager or dev lead or an architect and ask for what? What does he ask them to do? Okay. So build a prototype. Okay, build a prototype. Okay, so build a prototype so that it's not an actual working model, but it is done very fast. Okay, within a day or two, and this is done not to implement it, not to actually develop it, but just with an intention of understanding what it is and showcasing it to the client that this is what is our understanding for your requirement. Okay, is this correct or not? Okay, if it is not, then they will get the exact requirement. If it is all correct, then they will go ahead with the understanding that they have. Okay, all good, brother? All good? Once the phase is done, so much of work is done. Okay, but to do all this, there's good amount of work is done. So this business analyst, let's say the business analyst is Divya. Okay, so she has collected all these business requirements. Okay, she's a business analyst and she has gathered all the requirements. She will put it in the brain and say that whoever wants to know about the requirements, come to me, I'll explain. Is that what she says, or is it better that she documents everything in a particular document, and at the same time she can share it to all the project members, 20 people, 30, 40, how many people are there, she will share it with all of them? That is a case one. Is, again I'm telling you, Divya, what she will do, case one is, man, I understand all the requirements, let me put it in my brain, and whoever wants it, come to me. Okay, this is what Divya will say. Or case two is, okay, oh man, there could be 30, 40 people in the project, how can I explain it to each and every person? Let me document everything. Let me document everything so that whoever wants to know, I'll just send the document. Whoever wants to know, just send the document. And they still have some doubts, they can come to me. If they still have some doubts, they can come to me. I can give a walkthrough and also clear the doubts. Okay, case one or case two? I want to hear from all of you.
Yes, too.
Case two. What happened? Nobody is typing. Again, I'm saying, I want to see the energy. I get all the energy. See, I'm shouting at the top of my voice. I can draw all the energy from you guys. Okay. So once I'm dropping my shoulders, the quality will go down. So make sure that it doesn't go down by being totally active in the class. Okay. What I'm asking is very, very simple questions. Is not, very simple. You think logically, you know what it is. Okay. So anybody understands by the word walkthrough? Can somebody unmute themselves and say?
Yes, sir. Discuss करना.
Sorry, come again.
Requirement
Going
को
through the
discuss करना.
project.
Going through the project. Okay, walkthrough can be done for any
Sir, to what
document.
project?
Wonderful, super. Okay, when there is a document, you can just Divya can just give the document to Pavan and say that go ahead and read the document. But Divya can also say that Pavan, I have given the document. First, let me walk through the document. Okay, then you can go the document through yourself. Then what will Divya do? She will call Pavan to a meeting room. Okay, or Pavan or his team, his entire team to the meeting room. Okay, 5 people, 10 people, whoever it is there, and she will go through each and every document saying that, oh, this is what it is, this is what the client meant when they said that, this is what is the expectations. She will go through each and every line, each and every requirement, okay, and explain whatever she has learned from the client. She has explained everything to all the people in the meeting room. Then they said, okay, please go ahead and go through the document. You still have doubts, come back to me, I will explain this. Okay, generally people ask for a walkthrough. Okay, Pavan is let's say he's a test manager. Okay, and Sridevi is a development manager. So both Pavan and Sridevi can request Divya saying that, Divya, you went to the client, you gathered all the requirement, we understand, we respect it. Okay, but please give us a walkthrough, because without the walkthrough, it is very difficult to read the document and understand all by ourselves. But at least give us some walkthrough explanation. Based on that, then we will go through the document. Okay, then generally Divya will be obliging to that request. She will walk through whatever is there in the document by arranging a meeting. There will be a meeting rooms. They go to the meeting room. Okay, they agree upon a timings. They send the meeting invites. Okay, and in that, let's say the meeting is scheduled at 2 p.m. IST. Okay, on Friday. Okay, so all the members of the development team, testing team will arrive at the meeting room at 2 p.m. and Divya, who is a business manager, also arrives over there. And then she will be walking through the document. She will open the document in front of everyone, and there will be displaying it on the screen, and she will be telling that, boss, this is an ICICI banking requirement. They want us to create a banking application. The banking application should support both for the credit cards and savings account and current account. In the savings account, the login should be like this, and there should be some banner advertisement which is a pop-up like that. You can close it, and there should be a valid username password with which you can log in, and the person logs in, all his accounts should showcase. If he has a credit card, the credit card information should be showing up. If he has any savings accounts, the account should be showing up, and if he has current accounts, the current account should be showing up. And once you click on the savings account, his balance should be showing up. He should be able to make the transfer to his own account, other accounts, other bank accounts, and also he should be able to make an international transfer. He should be able to order a checkbook. Everything which is there, Divya will be giving the walkthrough to both the whoever is asking for it, for all the people. She will, she cannot give one walkthrough for testing team, one walkthrough for development team, one walkthrough for database team, one walkthrough for a business analyst, system analyst. She cannot do all that. She calls all the people at once and give the walkthrough. Okay, so that's what happens. Okay, wonderful, superb. Okay, so let's continue. Any questions, guys, from yesterday's class, or should I go ahead to the next phase, which is the analysis phase?
Nothing, sir. Nothing.
Okay, you understand, I'm taking all these examples because I want you to know what actually happens inside the IT industry. I want you to visualize this, saying that you getting into the meeting it is at 2 p.m. You're a part of a testing team. There are 10 other people with you. You have a manager, team lead, all the people are going into the meeting room, and there is a business analyst called Divya. She's opening her laptop and using a projector. She is projecting it and opening this Word document, going one by one. This is what actually happens. I want you to visualize this so that when you get into the IT, you are not overwhelmed. Oh my God, this is what happens. What's the big deal? That's the mindset I want you to be in. Okay, that's why I'm explaining all this. Okay, if you don't want all this, tell me, guys. I can simply skip it and go forward. Okay, so the next phase is analysis. First, let's discuss what will be done. Okay, what will be done in this phase? Okay, or simply the tasks performed. Okay, tasks performed.
Sir, can you just increase the screen size, please?
Is it good?
Screen size, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Font size.
Yes, I've increased it. Is this good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Best.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Wonderful. So if you want me to increase more also, I can do it, but it becomes so blatant and then it will be glaring. Okay. If you want us to increase it, I'll do that. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. So what will be done? Okay. There are 4 things which will be done. First is requirement analysis. What is it? First one is requirement analysis. Second one is feasibility study. Okay. The third one is, okay, um, technology, selecting the technology, selection of technology. Okay, technology. Okay, and this is little tricky. You might not understand this. Environment confirmation. Okay, and then fourth one is okay. There is a tentative planning here. One second. Feasibility study, tentative planning. Okay. Okay, so what will be done as a part of this task? So what is the done as a part of this phase? There are 4 tasks which will be performed. One is analyzing the requirements that you have gathered. You see the feasibility study, then you do the tentative planning, and finally selecting the technology and the environment. Okay, now who will do this? Who do you think will do this, guys?
Business analyst.
Sorry,
Be a business analyst.
business analyst. Okay, no, business analyst is the initial
And
phase.
technological architect.
Wonderful. Okay, wonderful. You're close. The people who are involved is the system analyst. Okay, the project manager, technical manager. Okay,
Developer.
technical manager means developer only. Okay, project manager, PM is project manager, TM is technical manager. Technical manager means what? Development manager only, dev manager only. Okay, or architect, not architect but technical manager. This is more like management call. And by the way, system analyst can be called as a business system analyst as well, BSA. Not your BSA cycles. Okay, this BSA is business system analyst. Okay. Okay, business system analyst. Okay, so these are the 3 people who are involved in this particular phase. Okay, what phase is this? Analysis phase. What phase is this? Analysis phase. Superb. Okay, superb. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Okay, first what we'll do is, the first one is the requirement analysis. Okay, so what happens as a part of requirement analysis is, our Divya went to the client and got all the requirements. Now there should be further analysis that needs to be done on the requirements, just to understand the requirements in detail. Okay, collecting is one thing and understanding is one thing. Okay, you see, you go to the, let's say there is an exam tomorrow, science exam. Okay, so you don't have the material for that. Okay, you went online and then you went to your friend's house. Okay, you took a copy of it. Copy means Xerox. In India we call it as Xerox. In outside world you call it as copy. Okay, so you get the copy of those material. You have downloaded the material from the internet, took the printout, all the documents you have put together. Okay, you have collected it. Now for the exam, what you have to actually do, you start reading it and understanding all that. Similarly, Divya has collected all the information, all the requirements. Now it is for the team. Okay, business system analyst, PM, TM, whoever is there, technical manager, project manager, all these guys, they will do further study on the requirements, understand the requirements, do the analysis and say that, oh, this is what needs to be done. Wonderful. Technically, what will be the challenges will be there if we have to do it. Okay, so if the customer for ICICI logs in, all his accounts should show up. He has 2 savings accounts, both those accounts should show up. He has 1 credit card also with ICICI, that is also should show up. Okay, he has a loan, he took a home loan, that also will show up. Oh, so much of work is there. Okay, for this to happen, yeah, technically we have these challenges. Okay, so like this there will be further analysis that will be done. Are you understanding, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you do the feasibility study. Both of these are more or less same. Okay, then you do the feasibility study. Feasibility studies, is it, what is meant by feasibility, guys? Feasibility, what is meant by feasibility?
To check whether it is going to work.
Easily.
Doable?
Group of team will analyze the requirements and make some decisions.
Okay, forget about all this. Give me one simple thing. Feasible. What is the English meaning of feasible?
Is it doable?
Flexible.
Doable.
Easy.
Cost.
Okay, is it possible? Is it doable? Okay, is that right? Okay, so I'll say that. Okay, okay, I'll give a task to Rohit, and Rohit, okay, there is 100. This is a document of 100 pages. Go ahead and type everything in the Word document, all these 100 pages in one day. Okay, then Rohit will say, let me do, let me check if it is feasible or not. Okay, let me go through the book, see if it is feasible or not. Will I be able to type all that in one day or not? Okay, feasible means, is it possible or not? Okay, is there a possibility? So similarly, you will do the feasibility study saying that the requirement analysis is done. Now you do the feasibility study saying that you will study the requirements, and then you say that, is there a possibility or not? Yes, client is asking me to one login itself, the loan should be there, credit card should be there, credit card balances should show, loan accounts information should show, current account information should show, savings account information should show, everything should be showing. Let me see if there is feasible or not. Let me call in the technical manager who usually is very good with all this. They'll say, yeah, is it possible? Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, this is not possible, this is not possible. Okay, something like that. He will be, what is possible, what is not possible, he will tell, and based on that, the things will go forward. Okay, things will go forward. Okay, let's say, and then also, what is important is can it be done in the time? That is also important. Okay, they are asking you to get it done in, let's say, okay, 2 months. Okay, so you have to check if this can be done in 2 months or not. Now Rohit, I asked him to type 100 pages. Rohit says it is feasible, sir, but it is not feasible in one day. You give me 3 days, it is feasible. Similarly, what you have to check is, okay, all it is possible is in the time, in the whatever the time that is given, is it possible with the time or not? Okay, and uh, the resources. Okay, with the resources that we have, is it possible or not? Okay, if it is not possible, then you have to hire more resources, or you have to get that kind of people, or go back to the client and say that, boss, we don't have that kind of requirement, sorry, resources, we need some additional time to hire that resources and get it done. But usually that's not what happens. Okay, so they will do the feasibility study, and whatever is possible, whatever that needs to be done, they will do the planning for that and get it done generally. Okay, so one is the time. Okay, one is the time. You are checking if it is feasible or not in the time that is provided, and with the resources that you have, and then budget that is been given by the engagement manager. Okay, or whoever have given the proposal. He has given certain budget, but is it possible with that budget or not? Because proposal is given by one person, and then this analysis is done by another person. Okay, initially the proposal is given long time back, that could be other person altogether, but this analysis phase, now these people are involved, business system analyst, PM and TM. Now they have to take call whether this budget has been asked for, it within this budget, is it possible or not? Typically in the real time, I'm telling you guys, I've done a lot of projects. Whoever gives this proposal, they don't know much. I mean, their idea is to only win the project. Okay, their idea, their one RFP comes, they will give a proposal, they will make sure that, oh, Infosys, okay, Wipro might be giving this many number of mandates, let me give a lesser mandate, and let me give lesser amount, so that we will win the project. So somehow they will get the project. But once I was a manager for a lot of, for companies, but once you get to this phase, right, somebody has given the proposal, now we will be breaking the head. Oh my god, how come they gave such a small budget? How can I get the project done with such a small budget? So we will go back and forth and say that, you should have given a bigger budget. With this budget, how to implement it? No, I need at least 5 resources, but with this budget I can only take 3 resources. 3 resources is lot of pressure on the resources, lot of pressure, and the timelines also can skip you should have done it, you should have given more budget for this. All discussions, this kind of discussions happens, and this is real, brother. This is happens real in the real world, because proposal guys, when they're giving the proposal, right, their objective is only to win, so they don't look at the realistic numbers or realistic things. Not all the times it happens, but sometimes it happens. And when the project is won and actually, you start implementing the project and then come to the second phase, analysis phase, this is when we will be thinking, oh my god, okay, this time within 2 months it is not possible. How did they even give the proposal and say that it will be done in 2 months? Or okay, this budget, it is not possible. How did they give such a small budget? It should have been more. Okay, these kind of things happen, and then we will go to the HRs, and the HR says, the project has been already won. Somehow you do it, Kumar. Now you cannot go back to the client and ask them to increase the budget, because we ourselves have given the proposal. Now it is too late to do it. I don't know how you get it done, but get it done. Now all the people will be working overnight. We see this happening a lot of time, guys. Okay, anyways, the feasibility study will be happening. Okay, then you do the tentative planning. Okay, then you do the tentative planning. Okay, finally you do the tentative planning. Anybody, what is tentative? English meaning of tentative. Don't tell me what is tentative planning. Tell me what is the English meaning of tentative.
Approximately.
Approximately. Approximately. Wonderful. I want to hear from all of you. You can use the chat window, or you can unmute yourself and speak. I'm asking simple English meanings. Approximate time. Wonderful. Okay, approximate time. I'm giving a statement. Now you tell me what is the meaning of it. Okay, so my friend has asked that, a good movie has released today. Okay, uh, can you come to the movie? Okay, okay, we are throwing a party. Forget about the movie. We are throwing a party today. Okay, can you come? Can you come? Okay, then I'm saying, tentatively I might come around 7 o'clock. Tentatively I'll be there at 7 o'clock, which means that not may or may not. See, that's not what it is. Approximate, so tentatively I can say that,
Not confident.
not so confident. Okay, wonderful. So tentative planning, as you said, approximate time or approximate planning, not so accurate. Okay, so when the meeting link is sent, did you see that yes, no, tentative? Did you see that meeting invites? Did you ever saw that meeting invites anywhere, anytime?
Maybe.
Okay, so here that button is gone. Actually, earlier that word button was there for this meeting. You will say yes, no, tentative. Okay, so I wish that was there and I could show you that. Okay, but anyways, that is gone. But anyways, um, it is tentative. Okay, which means that it is an approximate planning, not 100% perfect planning. Okay, that's what it means. Anyways, where is my notepad? Yeah, here is. So that's what you do, the tentative planning, because so many things are not sure here. Okay, how much you will get average idea as to how much efforts needs to be put, but you don't have the exact idea. So you do the tentative planning for this, saying that, okay, so for the development it will take blah 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 time. This is what it will take. We need this many resources. We'll start this project around this time. We'll try to end this project around this time. Okay, so lot of tentative planning happens, saying that, okay, doubtful. Simple. Vinu said wonderful. Doubtful. Okay, not accurate, not 100%. That's what it means. Okay, tentatively we will plan as to how to go about with this project, and all these three people will sit and figure out the tentative planning for this. Now finally, the technology selection and environment confirmation. Anybody give me throw some light on the selection of technology? What do you mean by selection of technology?
Means the code need to develop in Java or C plus or
Application would
Java or
they will
Unity.
develop in.
Which
Superb.
tool you are going to use?
Superb. Okay, you have to develop means there should be some programming language you have to select. Whether you want to use Java or you want to use Python. Python is the most happening thing right now. Or you wanted to use .NET. I know you don't know anything about it, but don't worry. There is a one programming language which you have to select. And there are something called databases. So you want to use Oracle, or you want to use the SQL server, or you want to use some other server. Okay, so you will select that one. Okay, and there is something called a web app servers. You wanted to use Tomcat, you wanted to use, okay, IBM, uh,
Yes,
uh, what do you say, like Tomcat? What are the web app servers which are JBoss? Okay, JBoss is
WebSphere,
IBM WebSphere, wonderful.
WebSphere.
WebSphere. Okay, so like this, there are a lot of servers are there. Like this, so many things that needs to be decided. Again, Kumar sir, I haven't heard all these. Do I need to learn nothing, Baba? Just here, you need not have to be a master on any of that. But you understand that these are all the technologies which will be there. They have to figure out which technology is best suited for this project. Is it a Java, .NET or Python or some other language, or they want to use a combination of all of them, and what kind of database it is. It's Oracle, SQL Server or some other database. What kind of servers is web app servers? Okay, should it be a Tomcat, JBoss, IBM WebSphere or something else? Okay, so like this they have to make hundreds of decisions, and that can be done over here. And environment confirmation is something I'll talk about it when I'll spend 1 or 2 sessions completely about environment, only about environment. Okay, that's when I'll talk about the environment. But for now, just assume that there is something called environment confirmation. But maybe next week, something tentatively, Wednesday, Thursday, when the point comes, I will tell you what is an environment. No, that's not what it is, Sridevi. Okay, that's not what it is, but it's a good try. I appreciate that you are giving it a try, but that's not what it is. It's nothing to do with people and all that. Okay, environment is something to do with servers. Okay, web app servers, database servers, how many servers are there? There any load balancer? It is completely a different story altogether, but not what you're talking about. Okay, you ignore this one. This is not the right time to discuss about the environment confirmation. Okay, wonderful guys. So are we clear with the analysis phase, which is the second phase of SDLC? All of you? Superb. So yesterday I have given an assignment. Okay, some sample. Okay, some sample BRS document. Anybody tried? At least nobody has put it in a WhatsApp group. I thought at least few people will download something from the internet and put it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, unfortunately nobody has done. So please take the assignment seriously. Go through those BRS documents. Understand it, brother. You're spending so much time. Every time I give an assignment, spend 1 hour. Okay, go in depth to study whatever is taught in the class. It's good, but you can go do deep studies so that you start feeling like you're an IT guy. Okay, you came here to become an IT professional. Okay, you have to spend that additional time. Nobody has even, I was thinking at least somebody will email me, where is the assignment? So I asked you to download some sample VRS documents from the internet, study it and share your thoughts on that. That was the assignment. Okay, that's what it was, Shirin. Okay, anyways, I have just before the class, 5 minutes before, I've joined little late. Why? Because I was searching online. It took only 2 minutes for me to figure out a what is it, like a sample business requirement document on the internet. Okay, doesn't take too much time. Okay, see how it is. Okay, first the project summary. Okay, you see, successful implementation of Amazon Fresh and building a strong customer base. This was for the Amazon Fresh. Okay, so this is the objective of this business requirement document. Okay, you see there are different things in scope, functionalities, out of scope. Okay, what is that which is part of this project? Okay, so web apps is there, mobile apps is there, supply chain is there, external web apps. Again, don't try to understand all this. This is for the Amazon. Okay, so what assumptions, constraints, risks, you can look at all that. But what I want you to look at is some functional requirements. You see, this is what you wanted to look at. This is what our Divya went to the client place and collected. So look at it, what she has collected. Okay, every functional requirement, there is a name for it. You see, FRG001. You can give any name, but they choose to give FRG001. FR means functional requirement. G means I don't know, maybe her name is G or whatever it is. Okay, and then 001 means it is the first requirement. Okay, maybe if Shirin Khan is collecting all this, maybe she can say FR SR SK 001. Okay, or her company name is, let's say, Infosys FR INF 001. Okay, anyways, this is not important, but again I'm saying there is a meaning to it. Okay, so 001, G is general. Okay, let's call it as general. Okay, FR functional requirements which are general, 001. Okay, now you see, priority, it is very important functional requirement. Priority 1 means very important. You see, what is the functional requirement? The system should be able to check for existing customer, modify customer details and create new details. Okay, what the system should be able to do, if the customer is already there, we should be able to modify the data. Okay, first it should tell you that, okay, so the customer is there and is existing, and we should be able to modify the customer details, like change the phone number, change the address, change whatever. And also, if it is not there, you can create a new customer. Okay, this is the first requirement. Okay, so impacted stakeholders, who is there? Infrastructure engineers and development team. These are the two guys who should be paying attention to this FR. Testers also, generally testers will be there everywhere. Okay, so even testing manager or test team should be included here. Okay, now you see FR002, the user should be able to do full sales order modify. The user means the end user, okay, or whoever the user of this application should be able to do the full sales order, modify and order, see transaction, and cancel or return the order. He should be able to do. Okay, he should be able to cancel the order, he should be able to return the order, he should be able to modify the order, and he should be able to see the complete order details. Again, who is the requirement? Impacted stakeholders, the infrastructure engineers, development teams, and also the testing team should be there in all of that. Okay, like this, all these requirements will be put in this requirement document. And now this, based on this, you study these requirements, which means that you study the entire project and you will be able to understand the complete project. Okay, I cannot make you explain the complete project over here, because it is, I myself is not part of the project, but if I go through it, it should not be too difficult to understand this project. Okay, I'm sending you the link to all of you in the chat window. Okay, study this in detail. Don't try to understand everything, because this is not your project. This is just a generic project, but you can make this as a project, talk about it as your last project in the interviews, and you can tell that these are your functional requirements. This is how your case study was there, order processing, warehouse, or transportation. Okay, and this is how your functional requirement was. Okay, try to understand at least vaguely. 30-40% you understand, at least you will know that how a functional requirement document will be. Okay, guys, you are getting it? Or how a business requirement document will be. I just want you to get a feel for. If you didn't understood even a point in this, don't worry about it. Okay, I'm just giving you a feel for how a requirement document will look like. Okay, but don't try to understand. If you are not understanding it, it's not that you will not be becoming a tester. Okay, you will still be becoming a tester. If it is a real-time project, the business analyst will be walking you through this, all this detailedly, until you understand this. Then you will be understanding, you will be reading each of it and will be understanding it. Okay, but I want you to get a generic feel for as to what it is. But somebody said G is general. Wonderful, guys, you say. And S is security. Wonderful. People are paying a lot of attention. Reporting, R means reporting requirements. Superb. I love it, guys. You're paying a lot of attention. And the mantra or the secret of becoming any IT guy is just to pay attention to what is there in front of you. So many things will become easy. As you see here, G means general. It becomes so easy. Okay, so this is the first requirement, second requirement, third requirement. FR is functional requirement. Priorities, what is more important. Okay, and what are those requirements, and which people are impacted. It's not too difficult to understand, guys. Since you figured out this, I'm sure you will be able to read this document and figure it out all by yourself. Just read it. I mean, I don't want you to understand in detail. I don't want you to become an expert of this particular project, but at least understand that, okay, this is how BRS will be. Okay, if it is there in your mind, you will be very confident. Okay, when you go to the interviews or when you're implementing the project, if somebody is saying that, oh, there is a BRS meeting, BA has called for the meeting, you know what is there in that meeting. You can go to, you will carry a book with a pen, understand, okay, I know everything what it will be, and you will try to understand. Okay, that's what I want you to be. Okay, wonderful, guys. Now come back to our project. Okay, come back to our this thing. Okay, now we went through two phases. Okay, so the first phase is the initial phase, requirement phase. Second phase is the analysis phase. Now what is the third phase, guys? What is the third phase? Unmute yourself, speak. Okay,
Development.
okay, design phase, development phase. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so design phase.
And program.
Wonderful. Let's say who are involved here. Okay, first tasks, what needs to be done. Again, most of the people might not understand too much about this phase because it is more into the developer. Okay, as a says is a design phase where the development happens. Some of the things will look tricky, some of the terms will be new. Okay, try to understand as much as you could. I'll try to explain, make it simplify and make you understand as much as I can. Okay, so so what happens here? High level design and low level design. Again, a lot of people are leaving it. Is it too difficult whatever I'm saying, or am I going too fast, guys? If it is, tell me, brothers. No? Okay, 2 is no. I'm happy. I want to hear from all the 61 members. There are 62, one is me, and remaining others I want to hear. Okay, if I'm going too fast, let me know, guys. Okay, I'm putting through a lot of efforts. My only intention is everybody who's spending their time, it should be properly utilized. Okay, they should make a best utilization of their time. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, guys. Okay, there are two things which are done over here: high level design, low level design. क्या होता है? High level design means which is done on the high level. Low level design is it is done in a detailed way. Okay, simple thing, na? Okay, there is an exam tomorrow. There is an exam, for example, English exam. Okay, so you went to a friend and said, okay, have you prepared for it? I went through the material on the very high level. What does he mean? I went through all the books or the chapters on the way. I have studied this first chapter, second chapter, third chapter. Okay, well, on the remaining chapters, I did it on the high level. Like, I the remaining chapters I didn't had a time. I read on the high level. What does he mean? Okay. I'm giving a simple example. You went to your friend and says that in the morning you guys are ready for the exam. You're going to the exam. You're going on the same bus or whatever. You asked him, "I'm well prepared." Chapter fourth, fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've studied well, but the remaining last chapter is there. Na? I went on the high level. That's what his friend was saying. So what is means? It's not
Detail.
okay.
Sir, high level is a overview and low level is a all project or knowledge.
Wonderful.
Detailed overview.
All domain, all
Okay.
domain knowledge.
Wonderful. Okay. Overview. High level is overview. That's what an English meaning of it. Low level means detailed. Okay. Pin to pin, small things, everything you're going through. Okay. Detailed. Wonderful. Okay. So high level generally, okay, will be taken care. Okay. High level, low level, we understood. Okay. Who are involved? Who are involved in this one? Okay. In this phase, who are involved? Okay. One is the chief architect. Okay. Okay. Chief architect. Okay, or main architect, software architect, senior architect. Lot of people call it as a senior architect or chief architect or the main person. Okay, so architect is the highest level in the technology. Okay, and then technical lead. Technical lead, some people call it as a dev lead. Okay, dev means what? Dev means what?
Development.
Development lead. Okay, so technical lead or development lead or a programming lead or whatever you can call it. Okay, different companies call it by different names, but here I'm going with some standard names. Okay, development lead. Okay, wonderful. Okay, who do you think will take care of high level design? Who do you think will take care of the low level design?
BA.
Okay, the chief architect will be taking care of the high level design, and then the technical lead, okay, I'll say TL is a proper name. Okay, will be, somebody was saying something. Okay, low level design is the developers. Wonderful. Okay, can I call the developers as the technical lead? Yes. Okay, no, Srivastav, business analyst has nothing to, they don't have any technical knowledge. Okay, people again, who is it? Abhishek, right? The people who don't know about uh, technology coding, they can become two things in IT industry. One is testing, which you are learning. Second is the business analyst. Okay, they have nothing to do with the technology. Okay, business analysts need not have to learn anything. Like that's why a lot of non-technical people, they take BA training and try to become a business analyst. Okay, you understood? So you go to any institute, you ask, I don't know anything about coding. In IT industry, am I fit? Yes, you can become a manual tester or you can become a business analyst, because these are the only two roles where there is no technology involved. You need not have to write a single line of code. Okay, Anyways, so the chief architect will be creating a high level design, and the technical lead will be creating a low level design using something called UML. Any idea? Any idea? No, no. Okay. Unified modeling.
Unified.
Okay, unified modeling language. Again, Kumar sir, this is way difficult. Oh my god, the terminology is little difficult. If you listen to this and then you try to do lot of research on UML, spend half an hour on UML to see like what is this unified modeling language. Let me try to understand. Let me try to go through the pictures. You spend so much time, automatically if you understand UML or not, that's a different story. But that will go into your mind. Unified modeling language. Okay, using this UML, they will be doing a high level design and a low level design. Okay, so what the chief architect will do is the whole project, okay, he will divide in the form of small modules. Okay, chief architect, Uma, CA means chief architect. Okay, Uma, CA means chief architect. Where did I say chief architect? Somewhere I've seen. Yeah, this is CA, this is TL. Okay, TL is technical lead. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so what the chief architect will do is divide the whole project, okay, into small modules, not small modules. You divide that modules, and then how you will divide these modules? By drawing, by drawing this UML. Okay, by drawing this UML. Okay, by using, okay, by drawing some diagrams using the EML. Okay, he will be drawing some diagrams using this EML, drawing the, okay, so with this UML. Okay, so how this chief architect is making the whole project into small pieces? How? By drawing some diagrams. How? Using this UML language. So Kumar sir, some theory I'm able to understand. You're saying that yeah, the whole project is there. Okay, some high level design needs to be done. The chief architect is doing. How? What is this high level design means? The whole project needs to be broken down into small modules. How it can be broken down? Yeah, by drawing some diagrams. How? Using something called a UML language. Whatever you say, I'm still not able to understand. Show me a simple UML diagram. I'll show you, but don't get overwhelmed. Whenever I'm showing some templates, okay, like business requirement document, I've shown. People got overwhelmed and then leaving the class. Okay, that's why I'm little scared to show these diagrams, because people are thinking that I need to understand all of that to become a software tester. No, that's not the idea. I'm just showing it to you how it is. If you understand also, it is fine. If you don't understand also, it is fine. Okay, but just to understand, okay, UML looks like this. That's what I want you to understand. Okay, but again, if you don't understand this UML, don't get overwhelmed. Okay, so you see, this is a UML document. Okay, this is a UML diagram. Okay, so for some project, okay, search for items, place order, obtain help. Place order will go to the place order will go to the payment processing system. Okay, and this customer will have access to all this. He will be able to get the help, he will be able to search the items, he will be able to place the order. You see, search items has become one module. Place order, let's say this is for Amazon. Okay, this is for Amazon. In the Amazon,
Zoom
you
in, please.
zoom in. This I pulled it out from the internet, so let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, or the diagram will be gone or what. Okay, yeah, so is it okay? Now you're able to see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you see the whole Amazon, they have divided the project. You see how this is not for the whole Amazon, maybe a part of the Amazon. Okay, you see, search for items has become one module, place the order has become one module, obtain help has become one module, and search for project and place order is will be implemented in release 1. Obtain help will be implemented in release 2. And you see, search for item, this module, the end customer will be able to access all this. Okay, so this is what a UML diagram looks like. And when the customer has placed the order, it will go to another system called, another module called payment processing system. Okay, and if the end customer is accessing the help, it will go to another module called customer support. Okay, are you trying to understand, guys, what I'm saying? So the whole project they are dividing into different modules, and they will also show, like, who all have access to these modules, and once the access is done, what happens to that. Okay, if customer is placing the order, it will go to a next module called payment processing system. Like this, the whole project is broken down into multiple modules. Okay, and then the development starts, and these modules will be broken down into sub modules, which is the detailed design document, which is done by the developers, and they start writing the code for that. Okay, are you okay, guys? All of you understood? Again, I don't want you to understand, we are not implementing this project. Just on the high level, I want you to understand. Are we okay, guys? All of you? Just on the high level,
Yes,
at
sir.
least you understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Watch carefully and see, otherwise I will ask you a question now. If you are not asking a question, I'll ask a question, and I expect at least one person to answer. Okay, now that you understood what are the modules, what a UML diagram looks like, it is not only telling you how the project is broken down into modules, but it is also telling you the process from where what happens. If the customer is accessing the place order and placing the order, then it is going to the payment system. Okay, if the customer is accessing this module, obtain help, it will going to the customer support module. Okay, so it will also tell you the process. Okay, fine, wonderful, not an issue. Now, what is this release 1 and release 2? This is my question. Out of 60 people, I expect only at least one person to answer this.
The milestone.
Okay, milestones, wonderful. Initial one.
Substage. It's a substage of the entire project.
So come again. I lost that. What was the answer?
Release 1 is one substage and release 2 is another one, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so release 1 is KGF chapter 1, release 2 is KGF chapter 2. Okay, some of you are not from India, you don't understand that movie, but it's a very, very popular movie. You cannot do everything in one time, so they break it down into two things, and they say that in release 1 only this much is there in the scope, and this is out of scope. Okay, and release 1 will be done by what is now is July, right? July, August, September, October. Release 1 will be done by October. By October, we will be able to accomplish these modules. Okay, and then release 2 we will start from November, and we will be able to get it done by December. Okay, it is not the version.
Can we call it as a version, sir?
No. Version means the same work you are reviewing and changing and giving as a different versions. Okay, like a movie story is there. Okay, so director has written the story. He goes to the producer. Producer has given some changes to it. So now he came out with the second version. He has implemented those changes. He came out with the second version. Okay, now the director has went to the hero. Hero has said that no, all this has to be changed. Now again he will make the changes to the same movie, and then he comes back with the third version. Okay, version is something
Can
that
you call it as a module by module?
modules are the part of release only. This is one, module 2. Both these modules are a part of this release 1. Okay, you see, this is, you're releasing it. You are releasing it to the market. Okay, so this is a deadline using which you will be able to accomplish this work. Then release 2 is, you will start the work after this is done, and by the end of release 2 you will be completing this release. Are you understanding it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear, all of you, or should I take some more examples? Okay, KGF, everything cannot be packed into one movie. They have a limited time. Based on that, they have created the chapter 1, released it. Release 1 is done. Okay, it went into production, and a lot of people have watched it and they enjoyed it. Now they started work on KGF 2. Okay, they have a deadline. Now it will start in November. By next August, the movie will be completed, and then it will be released. That is chapter 2. Okay, which is a continuation of chapter 1. Okay, now you see, release 1, October is the deadline. They will be completing these 2 modules, and it is done and dusted and done. Now continuation to the same project only. There is more work is there, which is obtain help, which will start from November. This is done by October. It will start from November, and by December they will complete this, and now this whole project is ready. If there are more features, more modules are there, that will be release 3. If there are more features, more modules is there, that will be release 4. Okay, for example, if you still not convinced, okay, WhatsApp, okay, release 1, only chatting, nothing else is there. Okay, so it is released into the production. Prashanti has downloaded, Jyoti has downloaded, Syed has downloaded. They started using it. Wonderful. Now WhatsApp has realized that no. 1 minute release. Okay, no. We are not gonna stop it. Okay, there is a release 2 as well. Now in the release 2, we will add a feature called voice calling. Okay, voice calling. Okay, so the release 2 work has started in November. Okay, the release 2 work has started in November. All the requirements has been given to the developers. They have done the analysis, testers have tested it. Everything is working fine and wonderful. Now by January the release 2 is done. Now they are released into production. Now when again Jyoti, Shirin, Prashanti, they say that update app. Once they say update app, all the work which is done in release 2 will be, the code will be downloaded onto your system. Now Prashanti, Jyoti, Syed, everybody will not be able to only chat, but now they can do the voice calling. Now came out with release 3, voice WhatsApp. What is there in release 3? What is there in release 3? Hang on 1 second.
Video call.
Wonderful. Okay, so what is there in release K? Video call is there. Okay, so video calling. Now it is started in February. Okay, now it is supposed to end in February, March, April. Okay, now in February all the people get together, understood did the requirement analysis. The developers have came out with the high level design. The system chief architect has come out with the high level design. The developers have come up with the low level design, and then the developers have developed the code, testers have tested it. Everything will be done in April, and now it is released into the code is released into production. Once the code is released into production, now Shirin, Jyoti, Prashanti, everybody will be clicking on what? Update the app. They are clicking on what? Update the app, because the code is released into production. Once the new code, right? All the code that has been developed here, that source code is released into production, which means that once we say released into production means what? All the people can use it now. All the customers can use it now. Now again they will say update the code. Now all the customers, Gauri, Prashanti, not only they will be able to chat, not only they will be able to do the voice calling, not only they will be able to do the video calling as well. Now you understand release 1, 2, 3, guys, all of you? Clear?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful, guys. Okay, it is not the version means for the same thing we have a newer version. Okay, so that is what it is, but again you can call it as this is a version 1. Okay, in terms of software you can call it as a version 1. Now this release 1 work and release 2 work, new source code, that is a version 2. Now the source code which is developed here is a version 1. Now the updated, it becomes a version 2 code. Now the release 3 more code is added, the code has been updated, now is a version 3. Okay, in a way somebody has said version, which is right, but the release is not the version. The code which is being updated, it will get the new versions. Okay, or new builds. I'll talk about this build, version, code, release into production after little later, but just try to understand the release. Okay, wonderful. So with this high level design, low level design, we will wrap up today's class. I have some work, guys. It's raining heavily in Hyderabad. Okay, there is some work. Okay, now I'm going to close this right now. Okay, so there is little bit which is there to explain in the design phase, which we will talk about tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Monday, which is called pseudocode. I'll talk about the pseudocode. Finally, there should be a document for this. Okay, there is a document that comes out of this phase. Okay, which is a technical design document. Which means that all the work. Okay, what is that? Okay, forget about this one. Okay, so all the low level designing that has been done with the UML, all the high level design that is done by the UML, that is captured in the document called technical design document, where it can be sent it out to all the people in the team, so that they can look at the technical design document and understand how the high level designing has been done and how the low level designing has been done. Okay, there's something called pseudocode, which I'll discuss little later. Okay, and then by the way, in the there is one thing I forgot. In the analysis phase, for every phase there should be an output document. Okay, for the analysis phase, the output document is SRS, system requirement specification. Okay, system requirement See, okay. So this is the output of the second stage, which is the SRS, and the output of the third stage is the technical design document. Okay, with this we will close the class today. There's little bit pending on the design phase. Please remind me on Monday where we talk about the GUI, and there is something called GUI which I will explain, and pseudocode. Okay. So we will talk about this. Again, I'll be talking completely on the layman's language. Somebody who is technical, they might sound funny as to what this guy is speaking, but I want all the non-IT and then who's getting started to understand the concept well. For me, you are understanding definitions, material, you can get it anywhere, or I will send the material after the whole batch is done. Okay, but for you in my classes, you need to understand it well. Okay, I'll try to make it as a story and explain it to you. Okay, anyways, wonderful. Good, boys. Okay, any questions are there? I'm wrapping up the class. Any questions? It is the time for you to ask the questions. I'm stopping the recording. Yeah, go ahead and ask the questions. Don't hesitate.
What is the abbreviation of SRS? Just now
System,
you said.
I said it, na? SRS, right? System requirement specification. BRS means business requirement specification. Okay, SRS means system requirement specification. BRS means business requirement specification.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So BA role is involved in the requirement phase and in the analysis requirement phase both?
Mainly in the first phase, which is the requirement phase. Okay, but in the second phase, business system analysis is more important, not the BA. But in some companies, they cannot hire a business system analyst. They might make a business analyst itself is a business system analyst, and then they ask them to create the system requirement document or system requirement specification. Okay, but typically in the second phase, okay, analysis phase, BSA is involved, not the BA. Okay, there are two things, BSA and BA. Okay, so business analyst only manage only business he knows. Business system analyst, they know business, they know technology, both of them. You understanding, na? So business analyst means only business. He doesn't understand anything related to the code. Business system analyst means he needs to understand the business. He needs to understand the coding system and all that.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Got it, na? Clear difference is there, na? Okay, the name itself will tell you. He needs to understand the business, he needs to understand the system. But business analyst means he just understands the business part. That is fine. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
What is EM there? EM?
Engagement manager, na? We discussed it, na?
Okay. I lately joined.
Okay, fine. And I have on the website, the videos are uploaded, guys. Okay, so I hope you are looking at those. Now, the first video, which was not good, we have updated that video. Okay, and it is uploaded into this website, whatever the DevOps website was. Okay, thank you. Somebody has downloaded. Subramaniam, wonderful. You have downloaded it and send it in the group. I really appreciate that. Okay, I want people to be more active and send those documents. Okay, really good. So there is okay. You see on this link, I have updated both the videos, guys, and we'll continue to update all the videos over here. And the first video has been updated. Okay, it was shabby, but now we have fixed it. This is good. This is video 1, video 2. Today's video will be uploaded tomorrow, and you will see video 3 here. Okay, wonderful, guys. So you keep in handy. I mean, bookmark this. So like something like this. Okay, on your browser, just bookmark it so that it stays over here, and then you can click it, and then whenever you want, you can just go here and then click on this one. Okay, so just say click on this one, and you will be able to see the web page. Okay, so bookmark it if this is important to you. Okay, thank you, guys. Take care and see you on Monday. There are no classes tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Okay, see you on
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Happy
you. Bye.
weekend.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
happy weekend.
Thank you, sir. Happy weekend.
Thank you.
happy weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.